Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today's message is completely different. I'm going to take a completely different turn for today's message because I have been getting so many messages over the last few months from you guys asking about health, asking about, what do I do for my health, and that's why I really want to dive into this concept today, which is about being a Nutritarian. And you may or may not have heard that word before, that concept before. But I think it's a really great guiding principle for all of us in terms of looking after our health, because we all know that if we don't have great health, it doesn't really matter what we're doing in any other realm. Like, we can't cope, we can't deal with it, and so the body is your temple sort of style. And I wanted to share with you guys today what Nutritarianism is, my definition, and definitely share with you guys what my absolute staples are in terms of my health each and every day. And it might fluctuate and change from that, but I wanted to introduce you just to some of those things that over time I've found have been really beneficial for my health and my energy levels. Everything is about energy. You've got to have that vibrant energy. You've got to be able to jump and leap out of bed in the morning, and you've got to be able to really nurture yourself on the physical level if we really want to get to new levels of our potential in all other areas. So really, let me start with Nutritarianism. So I like this term because I think that, how we need to live our lives in terms of up-leveling our health is always going to be focused on the long term. It's going to be a lifestyle, right? We've all heard it. No diet fads and all that sort of stuff. I know I'm just going over already gone ground, but ultimately, really what it needs to be is really focusing on getting the maximum amount of nutrients into our system as possible for long-term health. So instead of looking at food as connection and things like that, which I know that it definitely is, but ultimately we need to look at it is what choices do I make? What is going to give me the maximum amount of nutrients possible in what I eat, and making our choices from that place. And so today I just want to run through kind of like my daily health rituals in terms of nutrition. At the moment, you guys know that I'm kind of a bit limited in my training, my physical training right now, but that's not what this topic is all about anyway. I really want to dive into what we've all heard is really 80% of our health is what we're feeding it nutritionally. And so I'm going to share with you guys ultimately what I do on an everyday basis, in the hope that all of you guys who are looking to up-level your health, you might get some ideas. There's a lot of the health industry, there's so much information out there, so we're so totally overwhelmed. But that's why, take or leave whatever I share with you guys today. But personally, I've been focused on my health probably for the last 10 years, like really focused on it. And so I've tried a lot of different things, but these are the things that have not been fads in my way of living and living the Nutritarian way. So firstly, I want to dive into that and just tell you guys that every single morning, without a shadow, no matter where I am in the world, I always have lemon water, warm lemon water. So, just squeezing half a lemon in some warm water. And ultimately, some of the benefits of this is alkalizing your body, because we live such an acid, an acid-inducing way of living. All these things that we're consuming, a lot of them, like the sugars, coffees, all of that sort of stuff, like place a lot of acid in the body, and it builds up our inflammation in the body. But when we have things that alkalize the body, and a lot of what I'm going to share with you are doing that in my body. So it's for digestive health. It definitely detoxifies the body and aids digestion and alkalizes the body, getting it back into an alkaline state. And anyway, that's that one, that warm lemon water each and every day. every single morning. Great way to kickstart your energy levels for the day. And then I always have just a tablespoon of flaxseed oil. And the reason why I have flaxseed oil is ultimately because, without going into all of the details, I'm just going to share really surface level with you guys today. But ultimately, the body needs a particular ratio of omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids. And in the normal everyday diet, we tend to get a lot of omega-6s that throw out that balance. And so having a healthy omega-3 that we put into our bodies, that's one of the benefits of having a flaxseed oil. You can do it by putting it in your dressings, and there's all sorts of ways, or put it in your smoothies or whatever. I just take a tablespoon of it. And definitely, again, it's reducing inflammation in the body, something that I need a little extra of right now with this injury. And yeah, so I actually have them to show. So I've got some flaxseed oil that I definitely take, and then I also have sauerkraut. So any sort of fermented food is really great, because you guys might have heard me talk before that my focus is on gut health, which is super, super important for our brain, our cognitive function, definitely for digestion, for our immune system, all of that sort of stuff. And fermented foods in particular, I have a sauerkraut, an organic sauerkraut that I just get from the health food shop. I've made it myself as well, but sometimes you're a bit limited, and it's just so easy to buy. You can get great quality produce with that sauerkraut when you get it organic. And definitely it has healthy live probiotics in it that really help your digestive health and your gut health. And that's super, super important for our cognitive function as well. And detoxifying the body, and a lot of these different things that I use have the same sort of health benefits. And definitely green smoothie. Yes, got my green smoothie. Wow, looks really green going on. And I have about 2 liters of green smoothie. So I have about 5 or 6 of these every day. And if I can, if I've got other people around who like green smoothies, then they tend to have some of my green smoothies that day. But ultimately, if I can, I will try and have 5 to 6 of these sort of small jars of green smoothie throughout the day. And again, it's alkalizing for the body. It's detoxifying. It's such a great way to get more nutrients and more vegetables into your body. In this particular one, my staple kind of green smoothie is definitely green apple, cucumber, mint leaves, lemon. I have a whole lemon in there, and celery and spinach. Sometimes kale, but yeah, there's, mix it up a little bit, but that's really my staple. Definitely great for nutrient intake and alkalizing the body. And if you are out there and you're looking to get lean, you want to get loads and loads of greens into your system. So great way to have it. I love it. I feel so amazing when I'm having green smoothies. It's so good for my energy levels. And then bone broth. Bone broth is something that I try and have each and every day, and I'll have like a jar of bone broth like this, sometimes 2. But bone broth is just so easy to make for yourself. And ultimately, the benefits of it, there's so many health benefits of it. It's really good for muscle building and regeneration with the amino acids. It's really great for your skin. It's got collagen, really great for your bones and joints, building stronger bones and joints. It's just phenomenal, and it really satisfies you and fills you up, because it's got fat in it, but good fat. You want to make sure that if you are making a bone broth, you definitely want to make sure that you've got organic bones, or at least free range, because it's actually in the fat that toxins are held. So you really got to be careful with what type of bones that you're actually making your bone broth with. All of this stuff that I'm talking about, they're really simple things that you can make yourself, you can buy. But if it interests you, let me know. I can definitely give you guys my particular recipes that I use, if that's, if you're looking to go on a bit of a health kick. But it's really focused. Bone broth is amazing for gut health. And so you really, I'm a big believer in looking after your gut health first and foremost. You know, there's definitely, when we look after our health, and definitely the way I got into the health industry was definitely through aesthetics, what I wanted to look like, I wanted to feel good. But ultimately my perception on that has completely shifted, because to give you a little bit of a background story, I ended up at a bodybuilding gym, which was phenomenal for teaching me, you know, great technique in training. But ultimately I found that the strategy in terms of nutrition was not healthy. You know, it might make you look good, might make you look really lean, build that muscle up, but I wasn't feeling healthy. I wasn't feeling vibrant. And that's why I am a big believer in not going for aesthetics in turn. That will come, you know, but really focusing on gut health in particular, focusing on what makes you feel vibrant, energized, alive, and alert. You know, focus on cognitive function and brain health as well. So these things are all helping with that. And what else have I got? Oh, I make my own nut butter, which is super, super simple. You literally, this one that my favorite is literally dry roasted almonds. So no extra oils that they're kind of cooking them in. Be really careful of getting anything roasted. It's often coated in vegetable oils that it's so not good for you. They bump up the omega-6s, which is, remember I spoke to you about, you need that healthy ratio of omega-3s and omega-6s, and that can throw you out of balance when you're trying to be healthy, but you're not checking the labels. So I make my own nut butter with dry roasted almonds that at the supermarket here, really easy to get. Just dry roasted almonds, nothing added. But when I was in the States, I had a really difficult time trying to find them. I think I eventually found some at Whole Foods, but it wasn't easy. So you can always dry roast your own by just getting some natural almonds or nuts, whatever you like, and roasting them in the oven. I blend this up in a food processor. It takes about close to 10 minutes for about 400 grams of almonds. I just blend them up until, and you don't think anything's going to happen, but it actually turns into a nut butter. All the oils start to come out. Super, super simple. And then I actually chuck a ton of chia seeds through this, which ultimately gives it a crunch and definitely makes it beautiful and yummy. And this is so, so good, not only for your health, and you can look up the you know, omega-3s in the chia seeds, healthy fats in the almonds, and loads of minerals. But ultimately this is such a good source for me, because I'm super, super busy. I hate, you know, spending my life in the kitchen cooking away. So this is such a great snack to have on hand whenever I get hungry and I'm like on a mission and I'm working. I come down and I just like grab a big spoonful of this almond and chia seed butter, and it is so super satisfying, particularly if you go and you look after your health and you know, you are really, really focused on definitely your gut health, but also allowing your body or training your body to burn fat for fuel as opposed to carbohydrate. When you can do that, you know, something that is high in healthy fats, like this almond butter, or even I usually have like an avocado if I can, if they're in season and they're great. I'll eat an avocado, you know, as a really great snack or part of my lunch or whatever I'm having. And it's really satisfying when you train your body to burn fat for fuel, you know, and definitely keeping you lean and healthy and vibrant there as well. And on that note, I've got my coconut oil. I know everything's back to front and stuff for you guys. Now, coconut oil, we've all heard about it. It's all over the place. It's so healthy, right? But ultimately, I find that coconut oil can make me kind of sick. So personally, that's just how it responds in my body. So I actually don't ingest it. I take it topically. So I use coconut oil as my moisturizer. So it's healthy, it's beautiful, it feels great. It's got so many healthy benefits in terms of, you know, the medium chain fatty acids that are super, super healthy and good for you. And also, if you do cook, it is so much healthier for you to use a coconut oil to cook with, as opposed to something like an olive oil, because those vegetable oils that we can tend to cook with, like an olive oil, can go rancid and toxic at high heats. So that's one of the extra benefit of using a coconut oil. Definitely instead of that, so that you're not taking in those carcinogenics that can be produced by an olive oil at high heats. It's a great snack. I used to make chocolate, like a healthy version of chocolate out of it, because you know it goes hard, so you can use cacao and some honey or some stevia or some sort of good sweetener that's you know, lower levels of sugar, or even just some dates chopped up. Anyway, I'm going off topic, but you can make a really great healthy chocolate. Personally, I just can't eat it because it makes me kind of nauseous, and that's just how it affects me personally. But for most people, it's actually really good. So I just have coconut oil as a moisturizer. And then lastly, I just wanted to share, you know, we've all heard of apple cider vinegar. It's something that I don't always have, but I do maybe have like just a tablespoon in some sort of lukewarm water, have a big glass of that. Again, it's just aiding digestion, really good for the skin, really good for just alkalizing your body again, you know, all of those sort of things, counteracting our environment. So I hope that me sharing just a bunch of my little staples, my health staples, that I kind of, you know, have each and every day. I'm always having my lemon water. You'll never catch me any single day not having lemon water, no matter where I am in the world. I will find a lemon and have water, because it's such a great way of starting my day, and even throughout the day, if you're interested, I generally just have it in the morning. Definitely my flaxseed oil, sauerkraut, or any sort of fermented food that you can enjoy for those probiotics. Green smoothie, I gotta have my green smoothies or else I just don't feel vibrant and alive. And definitely bone broth. Definitely you guys have to look into that. If you haven't heard, if you think that's kind of weird, I definitely encourage you to do a bit of Google research and look at the benefits there. My nut butter, so I'm not starving and I can just like, it's so satisfying, so good for you. Coconut oil, apple cider vinegar. That really is what I wanted to share with you guys today. I just wanted to give you a bit of a different topic, and the reason why is because I just keep feeling like I'm reiterating the same stuff to so many of you who reach out to me and ask me what I do in terms of health. And it's not talking about fitness today, because I don't feel up to it, because I just feel like an injured person who shouldn't be talking about fitness. But definitely with nutrition, I wanted to just share that, to mix things up a bit, and hope that it is of value to you guys. And I really want to check in with you guys before I do. For any of you guys who are interested in having one of these 15-minute power sessions with me, I would love to connect and love to meet you. So I've opened up those spots, as I've mentioned the last couple of days, for the next couple of weeks, where I can jump on a video call with you guys, check in with you, see what you're currently challenged with, struggling with, how I can best support you with that. Sometimes we just need a third perspective to, you know, shift things for us so we can get moving with anything that we've gotten stuck with. And definitely, if you guys haven't already, you've got to come on over and join us in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community. Cannot wait to go deeper with you in there. And it's up to like nearly 3,700 incredible human beings from across the globe. And it's such a beautiful community where people are absolutely getting to their next level, and they want to support, challenge, and encourage you to do just that as well. So make sure that you make use of those links above today's video and get into action with that. And I'm going to check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me. Have any questions or comments or any health ideas or staples that you want to share with all of us here? Would love to hear your wisdom. But I have got Joel and Gabrielle and Hassani, oh my gosh, I went back, and Anita and Suzanne and Hazel and Lugamba and Zahia and Rian and Charlie. Thank you so much for your kind words there. And Michael and Aaron and Hassan and Jody and Alexandria and Ricardo and Suzanne. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. You're super, super welcome. I'm glad that this was of value to you. And Ricardo, very important, this subject. We are what we eat. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, you know, and we have to look after our bodies. You know, at the moment, I've got some people in my life who are really struggling with their health. And I think that when we can witness that, you know, people further down the timeline in life who are struggling with health issues and challenges, it can sometimes remind us of this important, you know, that every single choice that we're making on a daily basis is going to equate to some certain result in our health in the future. And sometimes it's really hard to think like that. We kind of just want to live in the moment and enjoy life and connect through food and all of that sort of stuff. But ultimately, when you start down this path and you start feeling vibrant, energized, alive, alert, connected, you know, that's when you start like making this kind of a thing a lifestyle. So you've got to give it a go and definitely look after your health. I love that, Ricardo. And Eric's here, and Kiefer. Yes, I haven't. I've had kefir before. It's just one of those things that, you know, there's always something extra that you can add, you know, to up level and up level and up level. And I think what I've shared with you today is just the basic necessities for me in my life in terms of my health, which are super easy. They're all accessible. They're super easy to have on hand all the time. And we can get into a bunch of other stuff that just kind of ends up being like, oh, there's just another thing and another thing. So I love that though. And Paula, can you tell me what oil does she use? Didn't get the name. Oh, to be honest, this one that I'm showing you right now is this coconut oil. It's actually not, I actually don't use this one. I just found it in the cupboard because the one that I use at the moment is Changing Habits. So the beautiful Cindy O'Meara, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot her last name for a second there. The beautiful Cindy O'Meara, an amazing human being, an Aussie who absolutely is pushing the needle forward in terms of health. And really doing the research and getting out there and doing the stuff that we feel society's kind of behind on. If you don't know her work, check out Cindy O'Meara, Changing Habits. But she has a range of coconut oils. I just trust her. I know her. She does the research. She sources great quality produce. And she has a beautiful coconut oil that she uses there. There's another one that I use, but I don't know the name of it. My mum's really into all of this stuff, so I kind of just trust my mum on what she's doing her research and testing out different things as well. So yeah, I don't actually use this one. I don't know why it's in our cupboard. I don't know if it's any good or not. It's but I definitely recommend Changing Habits. And I love Cindy O'Meara. She's a beautiful human being. Very, very trustworthy. So check out, if you're looking for a really great quality produce, definitely get that. But you definitely want like an unrefined, you got to be careful with heat treatment, all that sort of stuff. Go check out her coconut oil if that's of value to you, Paula. And Superman's here, and Jacob and Lily and Andres and Jennifer, go vegan. Yeah, I don't know. That's something that I love meat, but I don't really eat too much meat. But I need to do more research. I think that if I was to ever go vegan, it would probably be more for ethical reasons than health reasons, because I have heard a lot of people's struggles in terms of their health. And what I really, really hate is when I see people go vegetarian or vegan for their health and they're not eating healthy products. They're eating a lot of processed foods and a lot of starchy carbohydrates and processed foods that can mimic, meat and all this sort of stuff. And it's super unhealthy, and they're having soy milk and they're having all this stuff, and then they're thinking they're being healthy and they're not. And it's kind of horrifying. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic that I won't go down that rabbit hole right now. But Melissa's here, and Albert and Raul and Aaron and Andrew and Raul, if you haven't caught my things, it's not too bad. I'm trying not to use it because I injured it last Monday, so a week ago now, at training, and I think I might have fractured just a little bone or something in the side of my hand, but I thought it was nothing, and I kept using it, and now it's gotten really quite painful. So I'm trying my best to not use it, but it's not too bad. It probably looks a lot worse than it is. I could take this off. it keeps me mindful to not use it. And Ram's here and Ricardo. In the last year of 2017, when I was at the Tony Robbins event at UPW, I radically changed my food and daily routines. That is super awesome to hear. And I know a lot of people who, you know, Tony Robbins teaches about alkalizing your body, you know, and having optimal pH levels, and definitely bringing in a load of vegetables and limiting the protein. I know that he cut out red meats and things like that. And yeah, I think that on the basic level, yeah, definitely that has been very beneficial. And I love that that's been so valuable to you, Ricardo. That is awesome. I love it. And I'm always super excited when people decide to up-level their health. You know, you've got to look after the machine. And Shaylee's here. And thanks for being here, Luke and Bob. And Gabrielle, sending me a message. Love it. And Oliver's here, and Sam's here, and Andrew and Steele. And Sam sent you a message for coaching. Awesome, awesome. Love that, Sam, and I cannot wait to connect with you. It's awesome that we're going to be jumping on a call. And Ricardo, coconut oil is my source of energy. I love it. Yeah, so I wish I could consume more coconut oil. It just makes me sick. So, but yeah, love that. And Nick and Max and Aaron, really good ideas, good job. Loving that this is of value to you guys. And thanks, Aaron. And Sam, I use coconut oil for cooking and massage. Oh yeah, massage, brilliant idea. Yes, absolutely. And Luke, filtered water, absolutely. Yes, definitely. You know, we've got a lot of fluoride going on in our water, which is super bad for on so many levels. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I could mention so many things about that, and our toothpaste, and I hope you guys are having a natural toothpaste. If anybody in Australia, we've got access to some really great, you know, cheap brands, you know, that are really much, much better. They don't contain fluoride and all of that sort of stuff. So I definitely would encourage you to check that out. I know it's all across the globe. I just personally don't know. I get mine from just the Chemist Warehouse. They have some good brand. I think it's called Red Seal. Got to be careful though, because I think some of them are a bit mixed up. But anyway, I can go down so many health rabbit holes that I'm just trying to hold myself back from. And Jay's here, and Tristan and Frankie and Sam. Admire your health and nutrition routine. Oh, thanks, Sam. That's awesome. And Linda, I gave up sugar. I was once so addicted. My treat is now an apple. Yum. Awesome, Linda. I love hearing that. And, you know, I love a bit of sugar every now and then. But yeah, I know how damaging to our health and our brain function and all the rest of it is. And I know what I feel like when I consume it, because I know what really feeling healthy and vibrant feels like. So you've got that contrast. But for me personally, I have blueberries as, you know, I love blueberries as, you know, a healthy sort of treat or dessert. I put a green apple in my green smoothies. But yeah, every now and then I'll have some fruit. But, you know, you've got to look at fruit as kind of like nature's dessert. You know, it's still full of sugars, and there's nothing that you can't get that a piece of fruit will give you nutrient-wise that you can't find in vegetables minus the sugar. So definitely I'm a big believer in having a variety of foods, you know, kind of eating the rainbow, but try and limit how much fruit that you have, particularly if you are, you know, increasing your health and definitely looking to lose fat, because when you have sugar in the body, your body generally will try and burn the fat, the sugar, before it'll tap into your fat cells. So if you're looking to get leaner, you want to kind of limit the fruits, and blueberries particularly, you want to make sure that these are organic. I know I'm going down another health so many rabbit holes in health, but you want to make sure that they are organic if you can get them, because they are one of the highest pesticide used fruits and vegetables, you know, all the sort of range of fresh produce. There's so many pesticides used, and they have such a thin skin that you can oftentimes be consuming a lot of the toxins. So you want to make sure that they're organic if possible, and they're very, very low in sugar and very, very high in antioxidants. So a beautiful snack. You can have them frozen, you can have them fresh, you can even heat them up, and they're beautiful. So definitely, I love that, Linda and Hasni. So glad you covered this. To make lemon water, do you just squeeze lemon juice into water? Absolutely, yeah. So I just get half a lemon, squeeze it directly into some water, some warm water. And so generally what I do is I have some cold filtered water that comes out of the fridge with half a lemon juice in there in the glass. A big glass, you know, have as much as possible, and then I top it up with some boiled water as well, just to heat it up, and just you just kind of want lukewarm sort of lemon water. Really, really great for digestion. Please start your day. If you don't do anything else, just start your day with half a lemon in some warm water. Brilliant for digestive health, for everything, energy levels. Just do it. Just give it a go. And I love that. Sounds like you are going to be another action taker. I always love that. And Tufix here and Melissa, I joined your group. Awesome. Can't wait to go deeper with you in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle community. Thanks for joining. And thank you for your compliment there, Tufik and Bagus and Bayla and Ryan and Mary Pat. And Ricardo, what happened to your wrist or hand? I hope that you heard the story. I won't reiterate. I heard, quick story, heard it in training a week ago, kept using it, didn't think it was a problem. It's gotten really hurting now. If it's not better in the next few days, I might go get an x-ray, but I might have fractured a little bone in there. But yeah, just me pushing the limits a little too high for my little hand. So Jennifer, go vegan, talking about plant-based healthy food. Yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure that you are absolutely loading yourself up with vegetables. Eat the rainbow, have maximum amount that you can squeeze in. When I help anybody in terms of their health, I'm always saying you can have unlimited vegetables, you know, particularly green vegetables, leafy vegetables, not starchy vegetables, whole nother topic as well, but load up. If you're hungry, eat more vegetables, have more green smoothies, you know, load up in terms of that, and then limit your protein sources, but definitely, and got to have a healthy fat source as well. Thanks, Josh. Liking that you're liking my training top here. Gonna finally get back into the gym and just do something with my lower body today because I can't handle it. And Jared's here. Awesome. And Jane, where are you? I'm in Australia, and I'm standing in a weird spot in my house in the side of the kitchen. And Lombardo is here. And Hassani, wow, okay, I see I need to learn more about fluoride. I'll have to find a substitute. Yes, please do some research on fluoride. It's scary stuff, and it's in our water, and it is in our toothpaste, and it doesn't help your teeth. You know, just do the research, and I'd be really interested to see what you hear about that or what you find out there, Hassani. But definitely find a natural toothpaste. You can even make your own. I've done it before. I don't like it because I like a really minty toothpaste, and I know you can make it more minty with some oil and things like that. But yeah, personally, I just find in Australia we've got this Red Seal brand, and it's not got any fluoride in it. I think the one that I use, and it's natural, made with baking soda, all sorts of things, and it's just super, you know, just cut that out. That's something that we brush our teeth like twice a day. You know, it's something that we need to be conscious of what we're putting in our bodies. It's too consistent on a daily basis to just ignore. So I love that. And Yvonne's here from Australia as well. I love it. And Gabrielle, oh, thank you for your kind compliment there. And Timmy's here. And Yvonne, Thieves toothpaste, Thieves mouthwash. I added activated charcoal if I want. Oh, awesome, awesome. I love that. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, going down the activated charcoal sort of way of being, and really good for whitening your teeth and all that sort of stuff, and detoxifying the mouth. And anyway, you can tell that I love rabbit holes, but I'm trying to stay up here on the surface. And Alan's here as well. So guys, that really is my message. I just wanted to, you know, just share with you guys what I find to be my absolute staples. I'm always, you know, looking to up level in terms of my health, my energy, my vibrance, because that is the foundational piece to really moving the needle forward in all other areas of our potential. But, oh gosh, Yvonne, you're talking about oil pulling now. Yeah, like my mum is really big into that as well, and I must admit I tend to get a bit lazy with that. I kind of forget, But yeah, she swears by it. She's had all sorts of health benefits in terms of doing the oil pulling with her teeth. Definitely it removes toxins from the body through the mouth with the oil pulling, but also she used to have really bad knees and joints and not be able to walk very far, and now she's just phenomenal. And she has lost some weight and stuff as well, which obviously helps. But anyway, I should have my mum on here. Pity she's not with me right now. But definitely, and Marlon's here, and yeah, I love rabbit holes, Gabrielle. And Byron's here. Awesome, guys. I hope for all of you guys just tuning in now that you catch the recording, and I hope that it's valuable, me sharing my health rituals that I definitely engage on every single day. And I hope that you're going to do a little bit of your own research. Definitely let me know if you want any of the recipes in terms of just, you know, maybe how to do a green smoothie, how to make a bone broth, or even the nut butter. Let me know. And if that's interesting, I'll do the work and get that information out to you guys. But yeah, hoping it was valuable. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's really, really beautiful. I hope that you're doing something extraordinary and this message has inspired you to put some focus back on your health, potentially if you're like me and you get caught up in the mind, you know, and self-development and blah, 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 and then you kind of lose track of your health a little bit. I hope that this inspires you to really look after the machine. Do these things. Like, I am a busy person. I'm constantly busy. I don't want to be spending hours like preparing like I used to. I used to prepare every single meal, and I used to eat every 3 hours and follow sort of the bodybuilding regime. I've been there, you know, I used to be really, really strict. But these things are so easy to do. They're always on hand. They absolutely move the needle forward in terms of your health and vibrancy and energy. So I encourage you to check out, do your own research, test what works for you, go on that journey, use yourself as a guinea pig, but at the end of the day, bring it down to the things that you can be consistent with in the long term. That is what is going to be most beneficial to your health. And as we've noticed, you can go on so many different rabbit holes, and this contradicts this and all of this stuff. This to me is basic, it's simple, it's proven, I prove it every single day. I feel great. And so I hope that it inspires you to go on your own health journey with that. And if you could do a video making green smoothies, that would be awesome. I'd love to do that for you, Huss. Thank you. I actually thought about that when I was making a green smoothie this morning, and then I was like, oh, this looks so awkward, and it takes like 10 times longer to try and cut things like one-handed with your arm. So maybe it wasn't a great time today to do that, but once my hand is definitely up and running, I would love to do that. Thanks for the suggestion, Hassani. I definitely do that, and sometimes it's just easier when we can do a visual. I might even do it when I'm making a bone broth for you guys as well. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll show you how to actually do it and how simple it is. And sometimes just watching it and seeing the visual is super, super helpful. So I appreciate you, Hassani, and that's it from me today, guys. I'm sending you all of my love, and I can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Sending you all much love, and definitely start looking after your health. Much love.